So before moving on from this experiment, the book recommends you set up one final circuit, and that's this one, which is just a reminder really of the behaviour of capacitors so that we can compare it to the behaviour of the inductor. So for this circuit, the positive side of the circuit goes through a button here so that I can control whether power is supplied by pressing that button or not. Just through a current limiting resistor of 470 ohms into a 1000 microfarad capacitor. From the negative side of the capacitor, we then go via an LED to ground. There is a second path coming off the positive side of the capacitor which runs through this second LED here and then back via another button again to ground. So, what behaviour should we expect? If you remember from the experiments with capacitors, a capacitor will block DC once it's fully charged. So if I press the button now to start power flowing through the circuit, watch this LED down here. So as you can see, because of displacement current, the LED initially lights up, but as the capacitor becomes fully charged, then it starts blocking DC as we'd expect, and so current can no longer flow through that LED. If I now press this second button, that will open up the discharge path from the positive side of the capacitor. And so when I do that, we'll see the second LED light up as the capacitor discharges through it. But of course, eventually the charge stored in the capacitor is exhausted, and so that LED goes out as well. So hopefully that's a useful reminder of how capacitors work, just so that you can bear that in mind when you're thinking about the behaviours we just saw in an inductor.